Welcome back to Hedge Apple Acres. In today's video, we're doing a beehive inspection. Our beehives are doing good. At least they look like it from the outside. We have not been inside them in about a month. So we're going to get in them today and look at them. But I prefer not too much. I use a brick just on top to give it some added weight. I've heard about people using systems, like if it's lengthwise with the hive, it means one thing, crossways, other things. If you see a brick on top of my hives, it means I'm holding the roof down on it. So let's pop open this cover. So I got a fair amount of bees, which is always good. Let's see what this top super holds for us. I think it's so important when you're working with bees. You move slow and deliberate, and they tolerate a lot if you're moving slow. So for us, our main nectar flow is slowing down very quickly. The heat has returned. Okay, not much on that frame. I was hoping they'd have this a little bit fuller of nectar or honey. We've got a little bit of nectar in that, but not much. The J-hook hive tool I like so much better than the regular hive tool. Oops. See, I don't know if you could see that. I kind of shook the hive just a little bit, and I got a little bit of movement from the bees. And interesting, you can see it right here. I have some I have some brood all the way up here. It's okay. I got a little bit of nectar in there. We're going to check one more frame on this one. I do run 8 frame hives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the 8th one's down on the side because I always take the first one out and set it to the side. On this particular, I'm going to check 5 of these. Not that it matters too much. Got some nectar in here. Okay. I was hoping to have a little bit more nectar in this top frame. We had a really good year for rain. The rain went crazy. But these are packages, so sometimes it always takes packages a while. Okay, let's go down one super and see what we've got. I've got some burr comb built on the side because what I'm doing, in addition to 8 frames, I am going towards narrow frames. You can see on here, N32, that's a narrow frame, and I've got all narrow frames in here. This outer frame, usually they don't have much on it. I've got some nectar stored there, which is good. I got some pollen and nectar on this. Every once in a while I'm working while I'm working the hive, I add a little bit more smoke to my hands. This is a narrow frame I built before I got those ones from Forest Bees. Lots of brood there. I got brood here, some nectar. So with the brood, I know I've had a queen within the last 3 weeks. Now I don't know of any reason why I wouldn't have a queen, but you never know, so it's always good to check. I've got some cap nectar right here. Got some brood over here. This is a frame that the comb was built on another hive. I got lots of bigger cells there, or drone comb. Now I got some open larvae, so the queen's been laying here in the last week and a half. If I find eggs, I know the queen was here within the last 3 days. 3.5 days. Probably not going to go through all of these. Mainly just want to look and get an idea. I always like to see the queen, and to be honest, I'm not seeing a lot of brood, so I'm hoping there's more brood down below. One thing that I do different, well, a couple of things. Not a lot of my beekeeper friends run 8 frames. I run 8 frames and I run all mediums. And then I use those narrow frames. One other thing, I use solid bottoms. Solid bottom boards. They are, here's a drone. Can you see them? A little bit bigger. Great thing about a drone, they can't sting you. They don't have a stinger. I always felt like when I used screen bottom boards, my bees did not use that bottom super. So I just quit using it. Okay. On this, I have some drone cells right here. On this drone, let's pop out some larvae. At least one to look at it. Oh, look here. Purple ice stage. And what I'm looking for, let's set this down just a little bit. Sorry, girls. What I want to see on here, if there's a varroa mite on that. I do not see one on that larva. Let's get a little bit more. That's not the purple eye stage. Purple eye stage, the larva is well developed. See if we can get this on here. So I got purple eye stage starting. Those aren't real purple. And as I look, I do not see any varroa mites on that. So we've done 4 drone larvae, something. And I'm not seeing any varroa mites on them, which is good. I need to do a sugar row or alcohol wash. Here I got a couple. There's a brown spot on that one that I wondered about. That one right here, right there's a little bit of brown, but I can't really tell. I think the location is wrong, but I don't have any varroa mites there. Okay, let's set this to the side. See if we got a little bit more brood down here on this bottom super. Oh, much better. Look at all that brood. See, it's capped. I'd love to see the queen. So, lots, don't see her there. Huh. This one's acting like I've got some comb at the bottom, wonky comb. Wonky comb. Oh, I see what it is. Oh, look here. What do I have going on here? I have a queen cup. When I first saw this, I thought I had a queen cell. The difference between a queen cup and a queen cell. A queen cell has a larva in it and a queen is actively developing. A queen cup means they built it and it's ready to use, but it's not actively developing. Usually they don't build them on the side. I've got another cup here and another cup here. Let's see if I've got anything in those. And no, I'm actually going to tear the wall on this one just to verify my findings. No, I don't have anything there, but did you just see right there? Let's see what else we've got in here. Now some larvae here, or brood here, but not a full cell. Lots of pollen on this cell, or on this frame. See all the pollen over here? And then we got cap brood there. I'd love to find the queen so you all could see her. There's not much going on this frame. I've got lots of really young brood on this frame. Don't know that the camera can pick that up. The what I didn't see was any eggs, but I did see newly hatched larvae. So that's going to be like 4 days, 7 days ago. I'm not finding the queen, which gives me some concern, but I've not gone through all the frames. So she could be in either of the other. Oh, good news. Let's look a little bit closer. I have eggs on this frame. So the queen was just here just a day or two ago. Did not see the queen anywhere, but did find eggs. My goal is whenever I get into a hive, I want to see the queen. But sometimes it depends on time of year and what else is going on. Sometimes I don't go completely through a hive looking for the queen. I just go far enough that I know they have a queen. And usually for me, that point is if I see eggs. Now if I see those newly hatched larvae, you know, I should know what the plural of that is. Larvae? I don't know. If you know, put it down in the comments below. But that newly hatched larva tells me the queen was here a week ago. So that's what I want if I can't find the queen or don't see eggs. And if I don't find that, I'm very concerned. Okay, as I told you earlier, the brick on here just means I'm having something weighted it down. Okay, let's go over to the other hive, see what we have. My tripod was a dumpster dive tripod, so it has one broken leg. So I've got it setting on my hive stand. So if you check out my video about the simple hive stand I built, it also works as a tripod leg. Okay, let's pop the top, see what we've got. Oh, look at this. Look at all the bees on the inner cover. Not really inner cover. I don't use inner covers. But that's another video. Let's see what we got here. Now, you may or may not have noticed, I did not spray this hive with any smoke. I did refresh the smoke on my hands. That works really good to keep the bees calm, or at least not so likely to sting me. I like the number of bees on here, but I don't have a lot stored there or anything. Usually I set the first frame out. This particular time I did not, because I'm just going to scoot them over. I just scooted it over. I'm going to check just a couple frames. One thing, when you pull these out, you pull slow, easy, straight up. You don't want to kill bees if you can help it. I've got some nectar here. I've also got some brood. Because I found brood, I'm going to check one more frame before we go lower. I don't know how much you can see. I try and move very slow, very deliberate. More brood on there with nectar right next to it. It's looking good. Let's go. After I put them back, I want to snug them up. This seems to attach really good to the next super. Yeah, breaking that apart caused a little bit of disruption. Let's see what we got here. Okay, bring it up. Outside frame, this is a frame from a old hive that I'm reusing. Lots of drone cells in there. That's fine in the honey super. It's also fine in the brood chambers. To be honest, I don't. There's lots of discussion on the correct terminology of each part of the hive, and I apologize to those people that believe I use it incorrectly. The bottom super is a hive body. Anything you add on top of that is a super. So a little bit different terminology. You could also say anything that's got brood could be a hive body, and then the honey is stored in supers. But I don't use queen excluders, so there's a nice frame of brood. Lots of brood on the backside too. So I don't often have a clear cut in where honey is stored and where brood is. Also, I use all mediums. There's our queen. That's what I wanted right there. See her? She is the one that came with it, nice and marked. In fact, we are not going to dig any deeper in this hive. She's got lots of brood, and in fact, her laying pattern looks much better than her neighbor over here. We'll see how she does. I'm probably going to do some splits here pretty soon. What I call palmerize. And when I do that, I'll first start raising some queens, or even buy a few queens. And I got stung. I don't like getting stung. Also, when I get stung, two things. Once I moved too quick. Don't know why I jumped so much that time. It's really not that bad, but I jumped. I don't like the sudden movement around the bees. And once they sting you, they release a pheromone, the alarm pheromone. So I quickly take and spray it with smoke to try and hide that. I don't know why was that jumpy. Okay, let's I put this down slow. I go back and forth. My goal is not to smash any bees. And I put my deal back on that. Okay. That's it for today's video for the bees. I am going to check a couple other hives while I'm out here. But for the video, that's well enough. As always, we appreciate you watching. And we encourage you to comment, like, subscribe, and share. We'll be seeing you more.